You just bought a house for $60,000 cash, put in $10,000 for paint and flooring. Total in $70,000. Now here's the question most investors get wrong. What's your best exit? Flip it to a cash buyer for $85,000? Sure, that's $15,000 profit in maybe 90 days. Not bad. But you just worked for 3 months, paid taxes on that gain, and now you're hunting for the next deal. Here's what the sharp money does instead. Sell that same house for $100,000 to a retail buyer with seller financing. They put $10,000 down. You carry a note for $90,000 at 9% interest over 20 years. Monthly payment? $810 every month. For the next 2 decades. Let's do the math on what you actually created. You had $70,000 all in. The buyer's down payment brings you $10,000 back immediately. So you've got $60,000 left in the deal. You're earning $800 a month on that $60,000. That's a 16.2% annual cash-on-cash return. No tenant calls, no roof repairs, no property management. Because here's the beautiful part. The buyer owns the house. They handle everything. You just turned yourself into the bank. Now, most people hear this and think it sounds risky. What if the buyer stops paying? Fair question. That's why you qualify your buyers like a bank would. Run a credit check, verify their income, require at least 10% down, preferably more. That down payment is critical because buyers with skin in the game don't walk away. They've got $10,000 to lose. People who put nothing down, they ghost you the first time the water heater breaks. People who wrote a $10,000 check, they call a plumber. Here's what nobody talks about. Use a loan servicer. For $20 to $30 a month, they collect the payment, manage the escrow for taxes and insurance, send the buyer year-end tax documents, keep everything legally buttoned up. You don't chase payments. You don't deal with the checks in the mail. The servicer handles it and deposits your money every month like clockwork. And here's the final move. Say 3 years in, you want to cash out. You need $70,000 to fund your next big deal. You've got a performing note with 36 months of perfect payment history. That note is worth something. Sell it to a note buyer for 80 to 85 cents on the dollar. They pay you $72,000 to $6,500 in a lump sum. You've already collected nearly $30,000 over those 3 years, and now you get another $72,000 cash. Total take? Over $100,000 on a $70,000 investment. Not to mention you paid zero in property management fees and dealt with zero tenant drama for 3 years. You created the asset, you earned the income. And when you needed liquidity, you sold the asset you created. This is what separates the people who grind deal to deal from the people who build actual wealth. You're not just flipping houses anymore. You're manufacturing cash-flowing financial instruments. Flip Mantis Pipeline tracks every seller-financed disposition from listing through note creation and lets you monitor buyer payments inside each deal record. You've learned what notes are, where to find them, how to evaluate them, and now how to create them yourself. You just added a completely different gear to your investing strategy.